Why would these companies reside in the land most Michiganders consider best suited for recreation? That just might be part of the biggest surprise.
I've got friends who look at me that say, "Why do you live in the UP?" And I tell them back, imagine yourself running a world-class company that competes on a world-class basis and sells products to big companies like Cabela's and Gander Mountain and has fun, and you have fun every day at work, and you are working with your friends every day. Then when you shut off the lights, you get in your car and you drive a few miles to your wife in your cabin on the lake. And you could have that if you lived in the UP.
You may also be surprised to learn that our economic development resources are as vast as our landscape and as solid as the iron mined on the range.
Our region consists of 15 counties, and each and every one of those counties has the resources, the manpower, the workforce, the educational resources, and the small business development resources that you need to make it happen.
A lot of what we did was really on-the-job training, and the beauty of that, though, was we had people that we put a lot of time and effort into that we were able to train and go through that whole process, and they're still with us today. So, unlike a lot of times the training efforts you might put into somebody in the cities, only to see them leave, in this area, we can bring people in and hire them and train them and put a lot of money into them, and 20 years later, they're still with you.
Upper Peninsula businesses view collaboration as a key to their success, and there's more collaboration than competition, making the business environment a positive and healthy landscape.
I think one of the key successes of doing business in Northern Michigan is workforce development and the collaboration that goes on between the universities and the businesses. For example, AMR went to Northern Michigan University with a specific need for aviation mechanics. A program was developed that not only allowed the student to get credits, but also allowed them to graduate in the AMR way, so that AMR had an employee that was ready to go day one. And that's kind of the unique thing that happens in a small town.
Our students are hungry to bridge the world between the classroom and the real world of work. And so our students actively look for internships, jobs that will prepare them once they graduate. And the employers locally have stepped up too and said, hey, we've got a lot of talent around here, let's use them as well.
One of the things that I think surprises people when they come to the Upper Peninsula is our high degree of collaboration together. Because a lot of areas, they're not used to that. They see that as more of a competition. And sometimes we call that co-opetition here in the Upper Peninsula.
This building was built by the city of Ironwood on a handshake. And at the end of 10 years, we paid the building off and bought this building. And now this building is about 60,000 square feet, so it's 6 times bigger than the original building here.
With all of this, we still have a lot of room to grow. We welcome businesses and entrepreneurs to take another look at all we have to offer and see if our business culture might hold the competitive advantage you're looking for.
My biggest surprise was not only the congeniality and spirit of the place, but the willingness of both the community and the university to work hand in glove with one another to do important kinds of things.
One of the motivating reasons for starting Smart Zone was that we found upwards of 80% of the students said that they would stay in the UP if they could and use their talents here. And now with internet access and jobs in software development and software verification, those are things that can be done anywhere.
When they walk in the door and they see the automation and they see the technology, their image of the UP changes immediately.
What would surprise the people in Detroit is how efficiently we get work done and how the location or distance is not a factor.
In the UP, we have that solid workforce with the kinds of skills that our businesses need to flourish and grow.
One of our flights comes in really late, and generally when you pick somebody up at the airport and you drive into Houghton and Hancock, it's beautiful and there's lights, but most of the time they're thinking, why do you live here? And when you're driving them back to the airport to leave, they say, I had no idea what was here.
So, you thought the Upper Peninsula was just a place to cast a line?
Surprise!
Get a line on what makes UP business tick. Call us today to learn more. The Upper Peninsula Economic Development Alliance.
People here really want to achieve greatness, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen. And so trying to find that commonality with everyone in the community is difficult, but when the majority of the community is behind you 100%, there's only success.